I'll be using PyClient01 to do this exercise. However, feel free to use PySRV01 because it also has PySystem Explorer installed. Let's go ahead and open PySystem Explorer. Okay, we want to make sure that we're connecting to PyServer01, which is our correct server, and PySystem Administration Database. So the first thing we want to do is right-click on Elements and create new element. I don't have any templates, so I'll select None. Okay, and I'll call it Stale and Bad Data Alerts. Go to Attributes tab, and you want to create a new attribute and call it Input. And then we can go to Data Reference, select PyPoint Data Reference, and go to Settings, and use this magnifying glass to search for our PyPoint. So the one that I'm interested in is called Random, so I'll go ahead. It seems like I already have that in my search bar, so I'll search. So it's called random.rail4. I'll select that. Okay. I'll just check in my changes. So we know that we want to create an event frame generation analysis, and that a prerequisite for that is having an event frame template. So we can go to Library, and then go to Event Frame Templates. There are none right now, so I can select it and create a new template. I'll call it Stale and Bad Data Alert. And I'll check in my changes. Go back to Elements, Analyses. I'll create a new analysis. And then we want to create an event frame generation analysis. And we'll call analysis Stale and Bad Data Alert. And select the template, the event frame template that we just created. So for our expression, we would want to get alerted if it has bad data and also if the data is more than 10 seconds stale. So what we can do is use the bad value function and prev event function. So I'll use bad val of the input. If the input has a bad value, it'll evaluate to true, and if it has a good value, it'll evaluate to false. Or we can use prev event to check if the input has been stale for more than 10 seconds. So we can test the evaluation. So evaluate, this is false because the latest value of the input is more recent than 10 seconds. And we can check that by coming here. If you hover over this, you can see the timestamp of this. Okay, let's go back to the Analysis tab. We want to select Periodic Scheduling and then Configure. So 5 minutes is a long time to wait, so I'll change it to 1 second just for testing purposes. Okay. I'll go ahead and check in. And then I'm going to create the notification rule. And you can use the create new notification rule for stale or bad data alert. That way, when you select it, it'll go ahead and create the trigger in the notification for you. So then the trigger will be associated to this analysis. And when the analysis evaluates to true, then it'll create a notification rule. So we can see here that the notification trigger is dependent on this analysis. Another thing I'll do is to add subscribers. Since I'm logged in as student01, the contact for student01 is going to be at the top. So I can drag and drop that here. And then click OK. And I'll check in my changes. Okay, it looks like everything is good here. We can go back to PyInt01 and stop the interface to test this. So from PyICU, I'll select my interface. And I'll stop the interface. So this should cause the value of the input to go stale. Let's go back to PyClient01. And then if I go to Analyses and evaluate to my analysis, it'll be true because the values became stale. And so I can just check for the event frame that got created for this. Go to Event Frames. And sure enough, our event frame got created with a start time of 3:35 a.m. Okay. Just a notification we can open Outlook. All right. I'll go to send or receive to update the folder. All right. And it looks like we got our notification. So our analysis triggered correctly, and our notification also created an alert when the data went stale. So everything looks good. This concludes this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it.